Good morning. I'm Steve Guy, President of the Board of Trustees. On behalf of the board, welcome to students, faculty, staff, and parents, especially our new families and new employees, to our opening day ceremony. A special welcome to our class of 2021. In a moment, we will hear from your 6 prefects who will give their perspectives on the word trust, the common trust tenet for this year. The first day of school is a day we look forward to with excitement, especially today. Having been separated for nearly 6 months, we are thrilled to reopen our beautiful campus. This year, school communities across America and across the world have been tested like never before. Students, parents, and educators have been forced to adjust in ways never thought possible. Your USM teachers and administrators have worked extremely hard this year. First last spring to make USM at home a great success. And then, in the face of great uncertainty and challenge, most of this summer to prepare for this school year. Most schools across the city and state and country are not as fortunate as we are here at University School. Education has been seriously modified or taken away from too many, especially in disadvantaged communities. Today, take some time to reflect on how you might help someone outside our USM community with his or her education this year. USM is an education leader, and we have much to share. What can you do to help another student or teacher? As most know, we have a new head of school this year in Mr. Steve Hancock. Steve joined us over the summer and has worked hard to get up to speed quickly on USM. He has led a life professionally and personally that aligns fully with USM's mission and guiding principles. We couldn't be more thrilled to have Steve on board. So without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce Steve Hancock to his first opening day at University School.
Thank you, Mr. Guy, and so excited to be with you here today because I love first days of school. Now, while I don't love the sleepless nights and the many, many hours of preparation that lead up to this day, I do love the first day of school. You see, the start of school each year gives us the opportunity and, in fact, the permission to begin anew. Each year at this time, we get to reinvent ourselves. We make new goals, we try new things, and we get a fresh start. And we could all use a fresh start this school year. A year ago, I was in Memphis, Tennessee, watching the opening ceremony on YouTube in my living room. It was the day before my final interview for this position, and I watched as a community came together to celebrate the start of the school year. From the senior kindergarten processional to the impressive prefect speeches, I was humbled to have the opportunity to join this incredible school. Now, 1 year later, so many things have changed. Even in our midst of uncertainty, one thing must remain the same: our commitment to community. The USM community is knit together through the common trust. It was, in fact, these tenets that drew me, the common trust drew me to this school and helped me realize that I wanted to be a part of this community. And now we must bond together and bring new meaning to the words respect, trust, honesty, fairness, and kindness. We have the opportunity to build community even in the midst of adversity. So how can we build community when we must keep our distance and cover our faces? I know it will be a challenge, but I also know you are all up for that challenge. You will harness technology, use your creativity, and work hard to create an environment where everyone can feel safe and valued and celebrated and known. We don't have all the answers, and we will make some mistakes along the way. But we remain steadfast in our goal to create unity through community. And through that process, we will rise above adversity. We will metaphorically link arms and sing a chorus of our alma mater. Hail to thee, university. May we ever stand beside with pride and loyalty. Now I'd like you to welcome to the podium Autumn Heffernan, Brady Farrow, and Adriana Banda, members of the middle school, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I am excited to welcome the class of 2021 out on the lawn with us today. This will be a celebration of your career at USM. You are the leaders of the school, and 1,000 young eyes will be watching you. You will set the tone for our school. Your actions on and off campus will help us have a healthy and safe school year. And we all believe in your leadership in so many ways. While this year will be different, we can make it incredibly special and memorable for each and every one of you. This year we will focus on trust, perhaps the perfect tenet for us to keep in the forefront of all we do. I want to say thank you to Aisha Shitu from our 4th grade, who's holding the trust banner in front of the podium during our trust presentations today. And today we'll hear from 6 senior prefects who are leaders and role models for our entire school. Their dedication and integrity set the bar high as they represent the senior class and, in fact, the entire school throughout our wider community. They embody the common trust through their leadership. And our first prefect to speak today is Thomas Wright.
Good morning, Wildcats. My name is Thomas Wright. We often think of trust as a bilateral relationship between two parties. I trust you, you trust me. However, I want to reflect on a different kind of trust, internal trust. So what does it mean to trust your gut? Well, to understand this, we need to look at internal trust as a two-way street of trusting yourself and not trusting yourself, both of which are beneficial. Think of a time when you raised your hand in class to answer a challenging question or offer an opposing viewpoint. You trusted your knowledge. But equally as important is acknowledging the failure to trust yourself or your abilities. Just last week, I tried mountain biking for the first time. And to quote Eminem, my palms were sweaty, knees were weak, and arms were heavy. I was horrible at mountain biking. I did not trust my abilities, and so I stopped biking in order to prevent any further injuries, a positive outcome stemming from a lack of trust. As we start school in a time of unprecedented circumstances, now more than ever, we need to identify what we do and don't trust about ourselves, our strengths and our weaknesses. So here's to a successful year, and always remember, trust your gut. Thank you. Next is Neil Dogra.
Good morning, USM. My name is Neil Dogra, and my favorite movie is Home Alone. When I was 8 years old, I built a DIY zip line by putting a bicycle handlebar on a rope running from a tree to my swing set, just like that scene from Home Alone. Too scared to test it out myself, I invited my good friend Joseph over. As Joseph clenched the handlebar, I assured him, "I went on it like 100 times already. It's totally gonna be safe. Trust me." But the moment Joseph's feet left the swing set, I heard a loud snap followed by a thud. I looked over the ledge to see my zipline in 2 pieces with a crying Joseph in the middle. Hurt by my lie, Joseph chose to go home that day, and without his help, I never got to actualize my goals of a Home Alone-inspired zipline. Trust is the foundation of collaboration, community, and progress. I was neither fair nor honest to Joseph that day, and as a result, I lost his trust and failed to reach my goal. Joseph illuminated to me that trust is earned when we exemplify the other aspects of our common trust. So, let's promote collaboration, community, and progress this year by remaining kind, respectful, honest, and fair to one another. Thank you. Up next is Anna Fitzsimmons.
Good morning, I'm Anna Fitzsimmons. When I was 6 years old, I betrayed the trust of my cousin Lauren, who coincidentally is giving the next speech. Long story short, I dared her to go down a slide, promised I wouldn't do anything bad, and then proceeded to pour a bucket of rainwater on her as she reached the bottom. Trusting someone else is a risk that requires vulnerability. Therefore, betraying trust can yield grave consequences. Thankfully, Lauren and I were very young, and my treachery did not permanently damage our friendship. Still, trust is crucial to any healthy relationship, and thereby any strong community. For USM, my hope is that we can trust that each member of our community will act in a way that protects the health and well-being of the rest of the group. This means trusting each other to follow the guidelines of the school in light of this pandemic, and trusting that everyone will work to foster an inclusive environment in which we relate to every single member of our community with respect and empathy. It takes a lot of courage to trust, as you make yourself vulnerable to potential disappointment. And so, to be trusted is a huge responsibility. I hope we can all strive to act in ways that honor the gift of trust we have been given. Thank you. And next up is Lauren Glussman.
Hi, my name is Lauren Glussman. If you think about it, our everyday lives revolve around trust. Motorists trust that other drivers will stop at a stop sign. Movie watchers trust reviews from Rotten Tomatoes. And each of us trusts that the sun will rise in the morning. We place trust in things all the time. But have you ever really considered how it is that people come to trust you? How do you gain trust? It isn't something you just receive. Rather, it is something you must earn. So how do you become a trustworthy person? 3 things: empathy, accountability, and loyalty. First, you should be empathetic. Try to understand and respond with authenticity and compassion to the feelings of another. Second, be accountable. Always protect your friend's dignity and what they have entrusted to you. Third, be loyal. Remain steadfast and available through thick and thin. Trust is hard to build and easy to lose. If you are willing to be empathetic, accountable, and loyal, you can form lasting and valuable relationships built on trust. Trust me, it works. Thank you, and here's to a great school year. Up next is Jimmy Fox.
Hello, my name is Jimmy Fox. Trust is first defined as the assured reliance on the character, ability, strength, or truth of someone or something. When I first read this, I thought of my experiences at USM. First off, playing football. I learned early on from others and through experience as a freshman that the football team was a special team. Trust is a tenet in which the success of our team each year is built on. It starts with our coaches, who foster and inspire an environment in which players can thrive and compete. More importantly, it is something that must be present within the players. Now, when I say players, I actually mean brothers. The bonds that are created between us create a sense of family. Off the field, we share the loudest laughs and remain close. We bring this positive energy onto the field, where we play our hearts out for our family. We experience the same highs and lows together as one. Despite our disagreements, teammates remain trusting of one another as we all strive to be the light in our own ways. Trust is not something one can only find throughout sports, though, for it is evident in all USM experiences that I have had. For example, the best musicals that I've been a part of were dependent upon the strong trust between the cast members and the director, as well as the crew. In classes, we are trained to trust our teachers, as they must trust us. I find it to be no coincidence that our tenet this year is trust. As we begin this new school year, we may feel nervous, scared, or even frustrated in this uncharted territory. I therefore find it essential that we remain trusting, not only in our teachers and administrators who make new rules, but much more importantly, in each other. Thank you. Next up is Maddie Meagle.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Maddie Meagle, one of your prefects for this year, and I know most of us students are up bright and early for the first time in a while. I certainly took my time getting out of bed this morning. Not that I wasn't excited to be in school, the exact opposite, actually. I can't wait to be back. I'm so happy that we're together again, whether it be in person or on Zoom, and I'm so grateful to everyone who's been working hard on making sure we are safe and healthy. I know this is different with a worldwide pandemic and everything. 2020 truly is life turned upside its head. In this past year especially, people are beginning to treat trust differently. In our institutions, in our communities, from stranger to stranger. You know, I was thinking about it, and it's actually crazy how much our society depends on trust. On accountability. We're supposed to trust each other to wear a mask. We're supposed to trust the police to be equal and just. And when the trust of others fail us, we're supposed to trust ourselves to meet the moment, to learn and to practice and to put into action the solutions that we are to better our lives with. You know, trust, whether we do or don't have it, is still something we rely on. So it's integral for everyone to do their part in maintaining or rebuilding trust. It's the backbone of USM, the common trust. I trust that everyone here is revved up to come back and that we're going to have an amazing school year. Thank you. Back on the stage, we have Mr. Hancock.
Now, wherever you are, in person, in the classroom, at home, or even far away, would you please stand and listen to the USM alma mater? Now resist the temptation to sing. That day will return to us soon enough.
Praise to thee, our
ladies and gentlemen, now it is my pleasure to invite Mr. Don Forty, as our longest-serving faculty member, to ring the bell to signify the start of the school year. Have a wonderful school year, and I look forward to a great year of trust and community. Thank you.